Ladies and gentlemen, now time for Weird Frequencies. Welcome to the show. It's broadcast live from a cornfield somewhere deep down in a bunker, somewhere in South Central Illinois, underneath beans, also bean fields. So if you want to look for us, you just look for beans and corn. Depends on the season. Somebody's making a weird thumping noise there, buddy. Bubba, is that you? Wake up.
I'm not thinking though.
I'm just playing.
Just
Somebody was
sharing the
making
show.
a weird echo of some kind. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Let's introduce everybody. My name's Rob. What's your name right next to me?
I'm Tyler, and I can barely talk tonight.
Tyler sounds funny, huh?
Oh, so that's how you get me to talk? Okay.
Okay, challenge defeated already.
Yeah,
Okay.
already.
What's the matter? You got like laryngitis or something?
It's like a allergy cold or something. It's hit me pretty hard Friday night after I got off my show. So
Wow. It makes you sound like Macho Man Randy Savage kind of.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, brother. So everything you say tonight, will you end it with brother?
okay.
We just say brother. All right. Okay, brother.
Brother.
That was awesome. All right. Yeah. Next fellow in the corner, in the top.
I'm Adam, everybody.
Yay. That's Adam. That was an awesome intro.
Yeah.
And below Adam, it's the Brady Bunch. Dun, 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 dun. Here's the story of a girl named Connie.
I'm Connie. Hi, guys.
We're not on Facebook on there.
Oh, yes, we are, Bubba. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. We should be. Yeah, it's checkmark. Facebook. We got two Facebooks, though. You know, we got our one big one with like 3,000, 4,000 people.
It says we're live on the Best Damn Podcast, but not Weird Frequencies.
Well, that's good. At least we're live somewhere, damn it. But they're all checked. Even we're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube, and we're live on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm checking with Bubba too. It's only on Best Damn.
That's
And
weird. It's saying it's live on Facebook, so
you can listen to the show later also on Apple Podcasts, on Amazon Music, and on Spotify. You search Weird Frequencies anytime you want. Listen in the car when you're going on a long trip or something. That's awesome. Okay. So, welcome to the show. Tonight, right away, we're going to, Connie has a special report on, what's the guy's name?
J. Allen Hynek.
And J. Allen Hynek. And J. Allen Hynek is mentioned in the UAP files released by the government, released by Donald Trump recently. And he's all over the place, and there's a much bigger story to him than just that.
There we are.
Connie has the big scoop on it for us all. So this is going to be awesome. So get ready for a special report from Connie. What's up, Connie? Tell us all about it.
Okay. When you're looking at the files, he's in there a little bit, but they're not really discussing who he is. Most people know him through Project Blue Book. There was a TV show about it, but it was mostly, the stories were true, but it was mostly Hollywood. But he had a lot more to do with UAPs or UFOs. This all started out with something called Project Sign, and that was in 1948. And but it only lasted, about a year. But that one was setting up the chain of command. Okay, like all the major air commands, air material commands of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, the CIA, special assistants for research, director of intelligence, National Security Council, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the FBI. This was showing that they were seriously paying attention to what was going on. Um, but then anyone who saw it were basically, laughed at, or they were told to shut up. Some of them were threatened with their jobs or their lives. And, even when they had the government hearings, with the whistleblowers, they all said how they were treated. And even some had said, well, I can't get a job anymore. um, but they did do some exploration of that, just a little bit. But then they decided they wanted to do Project Grudge, and that was in 1949. And the reason that they wanted to do that was that the military um, reached a conclusion that the UFO reports could be exploited, okay, especially by foreign powers like Russia or China, and try to induce panic in the population. And so, therefore, it became a military issue, which everybody talks about Project Blue Beam like crazy, to where, they think they're going to put images up there and aliens are invading. But it was short lived. And now Hynek, he didn't care for it, mainly because they didn't want to reach a scientific approach. Um, Hynek was, he was a scientist and he was an astronomer. In the very beginning, he was a skeptic and he didn't believe, really in aliens. He felt that anything could be explained scientifically. But then in 1949, or excuse me, 1953, uh oh, 1953 to 1969, that's when Project Blue Book started up. He investigated a lot of the UAPs in the sky, but also the ones that were on the ground. Um, in the series, you saw a few of them. Some were explained, some were not. Um, but mainly what he was upset about is he started believing that these might be UFOs from somewhere else, not from Earth. Mainly because the military were seeing these sightings, police were seeing these sightings, and they weren't really wanting to um, take it seriously. You heard, I know you guys heard the things that's called swamp gas. Now,
Yeah, that's the one where they claim the UFOs were
right.
you were seeing swamp gas. Yeah.
Um, he said that on a few cases, but he said it was just plausible. He didn't say that it was. But the guys in the military, they just kept adding the name swamp gas, swamp gas, swamp gas. He said that they wouldn't even go into any explanation or in any real investigations or paying attention to any of the facts. They basically just want to lie and push it to the side and I guess not induce panic to the public. Hynek also developed the close encounter scale. We all know close encounters are the first kind, which is actually seeing a UFO. The second kind is having evidence, like a UFO landed and there's markings or even a piece of it. Then the third kind, which is actually seeing or meeting an ET. Hold on a sec. Okay, I didn't want to cough in your ear. He wrote a book after he was out of Blue Book, called the Hynek UFO Report. He never really said anything about meeting an alien, but his assistant, Jeannie Zeidman, she was with Project Blue Book, and she had a lot more information than witnesses from Project Blue Book. And she was on a series called UFO Witness, but she died in 2020 before the series released, so she only got to make a few episodes. But that's on HBO and Discovery if you guys ever want to watch that.
Wow. That's cool.
There is speculation on the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind with Spielberg. Most people say, "Oh, that was real. That's real. That's real." But he did play a part in the film. at the end meeting the aliens, and he did give a lot of information of.
Did he really? He was in the movie?
Yeah, he was in the movie at the very end.
Wow, that's wild that Spielberg got him to be in it like that.
Well, he
Spielberg
was
knew
the
that much about it.
consultant,
Wow, that's cool.
but there was a lot of speculation because there's an incident that occurred at what they'd say occurred at Holloman Air Force Base in '64.
There's a scene in question, actually.
Right, and that's where supposedly a craft did land, and 3 beings came out to meet with the military officials. But the problem is there was a filmmaker
Try again,
who
Tyler.
said he had video evidence and that it did happen, but then the person backed out of it. But they still made the documentary, but we don't have any other proof that it actually did happen. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but we just never seen it. And then in '86, he died of a brain tumor, and he was about 75 years old.
There he is in the movie. Wow. Look at that. That's cool.
See a little control tower in the back that the UFO blows up.
Yeah.
Before it lands, too.
The ones that were lighting up, going, wow, 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 wow.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought he was neat.
Epic movie, way ahead of its time. Trippy.
But he needs to be more looked at on the things that he saw, and especially the things in his book.
Mm-hmm.
He had, he couldn't really explain a lot of this stuff. And he never really wanted to get into aliens. I think he was more scared to try to say that he saw them, maybe, but we don't know.
It's worth mentioning also that Steven Spielberg's new movie, Disclosure Day, opens up in just a few days, I believe.
I want to see it.
It's funny, he's releasing it, during the middle of the disclosure because they're getting ready to drop more files or whatever right after the movie comes out, probably, and they'll be literally disclosing right as the movie comes out, called Disclosure Day. Isn't that wild? How do you?
I think it's pretty good timing for a marketing standpoint and stuff.
Yeah, you think? How do you get that information?
What'd be crazy is if the stuff in the movie directly ties in with whatever files are.
Oh, it does. Hey, it's Bubba. It's it's supposed to be really good, and it's supposed to be, all about what happens whenever we find out aliens are real. Basically, the day that it changes the economy and everything, and religion and all of that. It's supposed to be an epic movie. I'd like to go see it at the movie theater. Really, there's, and he really doesn't like. He says. I read an interview with him. Like he doesn't like for you to watch his movies on a phone or on a freaking tablet or something. He's like, some things are just meant to be experienced in a theater with a room full of people and that music blasting, and then that's how his movies are meant to be experienced. So I want to go see it.
I could have that at home for free.
Go ahead, Connie. Go ahead.
No, that's all I really had written up on him.
Wow, yeah, that's interesting, man. And it's wild that he's in the new files that that are related to that movie, and Spielberg's coming out with this movie now, and it's wild. What's the release date? Does anyone know when it actually comes out?
The 12th of June. That's when it comes out.
Isn't that wild? I wonder.
Now I got a little bit of extra info. I got a little bit of extra info on Project Blue Book if people were curious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The project officially ran from March 1952 till December 17th, 1969.
Nice.
During that time, there were I saw the number here. There were 11,900 let me retract that. There was 12,618 UFO sightings during that time.
Yep,
over the span of years, 11,917 were eventually identified as astronomical, atmospheric, or man-made phenomena, such as, weather balloons or aircraft. But over 700 cases remain officially categorized as unidentified.
I think more because even he said that they were forcing him just to they basically say swamp gas.
I bet you anything. There's been multiple ones that have been just identified. I guess is the word misidentified. Something could be identified as something normal phenomenon, but it actually wasn't. We don't know. I mean,
Right? We don't.
Yeah, I mean, if all we know, any skeptical reason they could give kind of relieved stress about it, unless they absolutely couldn't, for whatever reason, prove that it wasn't something man-made or something something weather related or anything like that. But at the time, even being 51% sure that that's what it was, they probably went with it. Because no one
Right,
wants to
right.
see 12,000 UFO sightings and then like 11,000 of them are actually unidentifiable.
Yeah.
It says here that that Disclosure Day movie, they have 7 cases of they use 7 famous UFO cases as references for the film. It's also sitting currently, or it's predicted to sit on Rotten Tomatoes at 90% fresh.
Wow,
which
cool.
that's going to be, it's not even out yet. They're already expecting where it's going to sit at.
That's
And
from people that have seen it and already.
It's already has premiere. Yeah. People are saying this is a dark Close Encounters remake. The only difference though is that the aliens aren't the ones that are dark, brother.
Wow.
Do you guys think that they'll actually release some files on that day that the movie's released?
Wouldn't that be wild? What if they release some really heavy stuff on that day just to make everyone go wacko? That's like a War of the Worlds scenario.
You could review the files in the morning and then at night go to the premiere.
All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude,
maybe
that sounds
No,
great.
I will be.
I've seen some people claiming the movie is like staged media propaganda. It's supposed to be like preparing us for things that's supposed to come out.
Sure,
eventually.
it is. Of course, it is. Yeah, that's why we got to watch it to see what they're feeding us,
brother.
Just yum, 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 just whatever they're feeding us, we just eat it up. We're sheeping. We got to do some sheeping. Go see that movie. We should all. Too bad we couldn't all get together and go see it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But Connie lives like way far away in St. Louis and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm way down here.
Right? Yeah. I got to go see her.
It says here too that this film's not going to use CGI for the beings. It's going to be all practical effects.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
what exactly is practical effects?
I mean, it's a puppet. It says here
CGI.
Emily Blunt, when she first saw the practical puppet, she ran from the set and didn't return back for half a day because she was, quote, shaking and out of breath because it scared her that badly when she saw it.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm definitely going to go see it, man. Or driving would be awesome.
Driving would be good to see it.
That says something right there. You wonder what people's responses are going to be.
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe we need to do a Weird Frequencies review of the movie.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, that'd be that'd be good. We'll do that.
I'll watch it.
There's a lot of kind of really good summer movies coming out. Let's face it. I mean, let's talk movies for a few minutes before we get into the freaky stuff.
Skeletor's asking who wants to see
exactly Skeletor. That was the next movie I was gonna say. Is it getting mixed reviews though? Some people don't like one of the. I don't know what's going on exactly, but I want to see that damn movie. I love He-Man.
I was gonna see it this weekend, but I got sick. I've heard good stuff about it, but
it's playing at the drive-in too. That'd be epic. Go see it there.
I want to see Scary Movie 6 as well. That's the one I want to see.
Drive-in.
Does it have She-Ra in it?
I don't know.
Listen, guys, Skeletor just wants people to see his bone scene, okay?
He does. He wants to see that guy running around half naked.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see it. That's from my childhood, and
Me too.
Like
let's face it.
I'll watch it maybe, but I'm not like jumping to see it.
Oh, that's right. Everyone's saying Jared Leto just messes it all up. I hate to tell you that, Skeletor, but everyone hates anything Jared Leto does. I like Jared Leto. I think he's awesome personally. I mean, I don't know. Everyone hates his Joker. He was the Joker with the things on his face and the tattoos on his face.
I liked him in that one, but I didn't like him in Tron Ares, though.
Okay, that's why I don't know.
Everyone hated him as Joker. Everyone hated him
Joker.
I've never seen any of those, so
I think he's awesome.
I'm a classic guy, you know. I'm still into the Jack Nicholson Joker. That's my Joker. Either that or the Mark Hamill.
He was
Joker. If we're gonna go
the Harley Quinn Joker,
or the Heath Ledger. I loved Heath Ledger.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
I don't know. I think he's kind of awesome, but he's playing Skeletor. I've seen him dressed as him, and he looks cool. He looks cooler, as cool as he could be in a remade costume. You know, any pictures of him as Skeletor we could see?
Yeah.
Tyler,
Skeletor's body
new costume. Yeah,
I seriously have not watched any of those movies you guys are talking
this segment's going out to Skeletor.
Yeah.
And see, Jared Leto, you know, even Skeletor's afraid he's going to screw it up. Now, that's an OG Skeletor there. That was Frank Langella.
No, that's the new one. That's the new one.
No, is it?
Yeah, that's the new one.
That is
well,
the
you
new
can't
one.
see his face, so.
Yeah.
But that is him.
I mean, he looked a lot different. Like his
we've
face
already
didn't even look like a skeleton.
We've
Looked
seen
like just a white mask. It looked kind of like a skeleton. Definitely wasn't that. You sure that's not it?
That's him. Yeah,
that's supposed to be it.
If that's it, then Skeletor's right. That shit looks good. You know, they didn't mess that up. So how can he mess it up? I mean, he looks amazing.
By not saying until we meet again.
Yeah, and also it's Jared Leto. You put him in any role. It's
I
like, how
know,
does he
and people
screw it
just
up?
hate him.
Well, look what he did with Joker, for God's sakes.
There better be a scene where he just says,
how did he
runs away real fast?
He was like this gangster thug Joker, and he was all nice and shit, and it was ridiculous.
It just wasn't Joker vibe.
No,
I guess
it wasn't Joker vibe.
People hated it, man. I don't know. People just hate him. Oh,
I mean,
he was Morbius.
The Joker is a character where, I mean, if you don't play that part right,
they tried to launch him as Morbius the vampire, and that movie was a huge flop.
I didn't even see
and
that.
I saw it. I watched it. That was a Marvel movie. I mean, Morbius was a character from Spider-Man and a character from Ghost Rider, the comics Ghost Rider, and he was a spin-off, and he was like this vampire who was alive, and he was half human and stuff, and so they made a movie about it. It was a big flop, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
All right, I have a hot take for you guys. I think Joaquin Phoenix did better than Jared Leto at Joker.
Yes, I'll give him that.
You know, I haven't seen the second one. It's like a big musical.
Don't.
So bad. So I don't know if you're so right. Have you seen that, Adam?
Not the one that's like a musical?
Yeah, part 2.
I've never seen it.
Oh, no. I haven't seen
that one. Well, slow down before you say that. He's dancing around and singing in it, and it was kind of a flop somewhat. I don't know, but it wasn't because it was the Joker in DC, so it's still. Let's talk about real quick Supergirl 2. Supergirl, just Supergirl, right? Yeah.
I want to see that one, yeah.
With Lobo, dude. Lobo.
It might be all right if they do it as good as they did this last Superman movie. I think that
it is. It's the same universe. It's the same director. It's the same everything. Yeah. Remember that last she came and got her dog at the end of that Superman.
You guys know I'm not really into the superhero movies at all. But that last Superman, I really enjoyed that.
It was really good. It was really, really.
And when they
good.
did add Supergirl and Superdog into it,
this one's going to have Superdog all the way through it, so because it's her dog, so that'll be cool. She's also, I guess, has a drinking problem. She's kind of a drunk. And
she's typical American.
Yeah, and she's kind of like cool. She's like a cool version of Supergirl. So I don't know. People are complaining about her looks. I don't know why, but I think she's really a beautiful girl.
I think she looks good.
Yeah. So
I like the one they had in the Flash, but I'll take this one too because she looks good too.
But Lobo was, been around for, 15, 20 years, more than that, about 20 years, and they've never brought him to movies until now.
Yeah.
And he was always a badass character, riding a motorcycle with a big old chain, kind of like Ghost Rider, but in space. And he'd like fly around, big, giant, huge guns. He always had humongous guns, and he just would fly through space, chomping on a cigar, and he just looked kind of like Gene Simmons or King Diamond almost, his face paint.
I remember
when I was a little bit like the Crow.
I remember when I was in high school and they had Lobo versus Spawn.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Who won that? Who won that?
Spawn.
I don't know.
It kind of went back and forth for a while, but I think they
go with Lobo. But
I think they kind of pushed it to Spawn.
It'll be interesting to see if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
It's kind of violent.
Because in the comics, he was kind of an in-between, just crazy biker guy that went around causing problems, it seemed like. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's going to be good, man, whatever they do with it. And I know there's another bad guy in it, too, a main villain, the main alien dude, that's a villain. I've seen pictures of him anyway already.
Well, they got Jason Momoa as Lobo, so I mean you can't go wrong with that.
Who's the villain, Tyler? Did you see that in the database movie thing?
Let me look.
He was like had a green face. He looked cool. I can't remember who he was, but anyway, what other movies is everybody looking forward to this summer? Anybody? Anything else? Those are the three.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. When's that supposed to come out?
It comes out July 27th.
Okay.
Right on. Hell yeah, that's a summertime movie.
I did see Mandalorian and Grogu. I saw that one.
Yeah.
Was it good? Please tell me it was good.
It was okay, but I think it would have been better off just being a fourth season.
I like really.
Yeah.
Was it really TV-ish? I mean,
yeah, it was.
You see the trailer, and you're just like, "Wow, this looks like a badass Star Wars movie." What?
They really. The best way to describe how they did this film was it's a TV series they cut down to 30 seconds or like 2 hours and 30 minutes. But at the same time, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It wasn't like.
Wasn't Acolyte bad?
No, it wasn't Acolyte bad. Like, I would watch it again.
Tyler loved that one.
Well, as much as I love broadcasting with you, I'd rather take a bullet to the head, brother.
I did go see Mortal Kombat. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's different, but I did like it.
Nice. All right. To make things go good, Tyler, let's just go back into the regular first news I was going to do. So everybody knows where we're at, and let's do that. Okay. So, all right, now, moving on. Transitioning. This is a smooth transition. What if everything we know is incomplete, right? We're going to talk about something that keeps happening in science. Basically, every time we think we've got everything figured out, something comes along and reminds us that we don't have jack shit figured out.
Yeah, exactly. Jack shit.
And we really don't understand, what's going on with this planet and what's going on with this universe and what's going on with underneath our feet and what's going on in the space.
Space for sure.
We just don't understand, and we things come along and change, what we thought, we knew all the time. So that's
Three-Eye Atlas is a big example of that.
Yeah. Things
Completely
come
changed
along
what we
and
thought.
just remind us that we don't know what we're, talking about. But so we're going to talk about a hidden ocean that we've discovered deep inside the Earth. We're going to talk about a planet that might exist out of our own solar system that nobody's ever seen, that's getting back in the news. We're going to talk about how ancient DNA discoveries are rewriting human history. That's changing. Scientists are building biological computers from living brain cells. There's tiny lab-grown brains forcing researchers to ask really uncomfortable questions about consciousness. And we're finding out the universe might actually rotate. There's a jellyfish out there that cheats death itself. It may help us with living forever. We're going to talk about that. There's evidence that human evolution, though, may have been far more complicated than we imagine. And there's some mysterious radio signals that are going to keep coming. We talked about before, and they're arriving from across the universe, and nobody understands what they are. So tonight isn't about proving anything. It's just about the simple question: are we still missing some of the biggest pieces of the puzzle?
I think as a human society, we want to at least pretend like we know what's going on. We want to portray, it makes us comfortable. It portrays intelligence so that people will follow. But let's face it, we don't.
Well,
So,
No.
it's stories like this that kind of prove it.
And again, Three-Eye Atlas is a big example of it, because everything that we thought we knew about comets and things like that thing, the whole time it was here, kept showing us things that were beyond what we thought were possible, or just doesn't make sense. So it really changed things.
It acted different.
Yeah,
That's for sure. So right now, first thing, there's a hidden ocean inside the Earth. When most people think about oceans, they don't think about the Pacific they think about the Pacific or the Atlantic or the Indian or the Arctic, but scientists believe there may be another ocean, not on the surface, but deep inside the Earth. Researchers have discovered that a mineral called ringwoodite can trap enormous amounts of water deep inside the Earth's mantle. So some estimates suggest the amount of water locked below us could rival or exceed all the oceans on the surface combined. So think about that.
That's a lot.
There may be a vast reservoir of water beneath our feet that most people never even heard about.
Makes you wonder too if it's salt water or fresh water.
That'd be salt water, wouldn't it?
I don't
know.
Is this where the Earth's water originally comes from?
Maybe it is. Maybe it leaks up from the ground.
Yep.
That's where it all come from. I don't know, but
what else could be hidden deep underground? See, how much of our own planet remains unexplored?
The reptilians.
From what I'm reading here, it's located 400 to 700 miles beneath the surface. So if the liquid down there is getting so hot that it becomes a vapor and then slowly comes up until it cools to just get warmed up again to come up even further. I guess it could become a source of water, maybe not the primary source, but
if it's that hot, it could just boil to where it comes up.
What is this we're looking at?
These are ringwoodite crystals. These are supposedly from the area. It's a very rare mineral. Some scientists believe these are from the areas close to that ocean.
Looks like cobalt blue glass.
Wow, that's it. That's wild.
That's exactly. Oh well, the green looks like green glass, but that blue definitely looks like
it traps water. deep in the earth.
Yeah, they say because of the intense heat and pressure, it allows ring woodite to act like a sponge, absorbing hydrogen and water into its molecular framework.
Wow.
How much does one of those go for, you think? Like, if you want to buy one?
I still want to see that movie Skeletor, Mandalorian. Still, I don't know. Don't listen to Tyler. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably is, let's face it, it probably is TV-ish. I mean, they've been in that mode,
So the way they kind of identified this, the way they identified it was through seismographic studies. They noticed that seismographic waves, when getting to the ring woodite area, would slow down and be different than the sections above and below it. So it just showed that it was more of a fluid than a solid.
Wow.
Apparently, it's considered extremely rare on the Earth's surface. It's pretty valuable too, from what I'm seeing. But there's also different versions. There's the green one. There's a opal or a cobalt one, and the blue one, which is the most common one. But they're all three pretty rare.
Wow.
Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? Like, some, the mineral or the jewel that everyone's looking for in the movie,
Yeah,
it's weird though how a rock can absorb water. I mean, that's just.
Is that people selling it?
These are people selling it and similar ones. This guy here is selling one, this good size one here. It doesn't say how big it is. But the current bid is like $61.
Dang, we need a piece of that. Come on, put it in a bid, Tyler.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can get a synthetic lab specimen for between $15 to $30 for a small mineral vial.
Really?
Is that what this one is? A lab specimen? Let's see.
Wow.
I mean, it would be just enough to study. It wouldn't be enough to put on a ring or, we're talking very small amount.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's a lab grown one. It's not the original.
Yeah. For educational or homeopathic use.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's
all right. Next, another thing that's might be happening that's brand new in the space world is Planet 9. Imagine finding a new planet in our own solar system. Not another star, not another galaxy. Right here. Astronomers continue searching for this hypothetical world called Planet 9 or Planet X. They haven't seen it directly, but researchers believe its gravity may explain strange orbital patterns far beyond Pluto. If it exists, Planet 9 could be several times larger than Earth and take thousands of years to orbit the sun, which raises a fascinating question. How is it possible that we might still be missing an entire planet? I mean, I don't get that, but how does, this planet exist? But what would discovering it mean, and how many surprises are still hiding in our own backyard? I mean, this planet is could be right near us. Where's that link from, Tyler?
This is from NASA. The link that you had in the script didn't really want to work.
So NASA's talking about it and how they are still looking for it, basically, or what looks like. Interesting. So they're taking it serious.
Yeah.
Well, the theory's always been that Pluto is Planet X's moon. We just haven't found it or something like that.
Wow.
How can we see things that are even way further away with telescopes, but we haven't found this planet yet?
Not yet, because it's so big and it's far away, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming, Bubba.
Let's hope.
All right. Next, ancient DNA is another thing. They're figuring out basically that you know, the whole story of us coming from Neanderthals and evolving or whatever, and they only had like these couple of in the book, the guy walking and he evolves up into he goes from one kind of Homo sapien to another kind of Homo erectus, and then from
Right.
but they're figuring out now that it's way more complicated than that. There were a lot of beings that were not like what we were told, what are described, right? For decades, human evolution has been taught as like a straightforward story, but basically this story is just falling apart. The ancient DNA research keeps revealing a much more complicated picture. Neanderthals weren't simply replaced. What is it? The Denisovans? They weren't just another extinct species.
Denisovians.
Denisovians. Thank you.
Denisovians.
They weren't just another extinct species. Humans interbred with multiple ancient populations. Scientists now believe there may have been entire human groups that left genetic traces, but few or no fossil records. But the more DNA we recover, the more complicated our family tree becomes, basically. So,
Well, that's
how many species existed? What's up?
It's like last year we were talking. China found Homo juliensis, and then they found Homo longi, which turns out Homo longi and Homo juliensis, they were the same species. It was just different variant, like a female male. But they discovered those last year, and those existed all around the same time as Denisovians and Neanderthals. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about how many pre-human species were walking about the day, and now you only have one.
Well, I mean, what if it was all just the same species, but we're catching them at different points of evolution?
Yeah, it's just not as simple as they tried
Yeah.
to tell us to begin with. They're just figuring out now that the DNA just went in all kinds of different directions, and
My theory, even with biblically, this is going to tie in with the UFOs
yeah,
and the genetic manipulation of our species.
yeah. Who knows what else have we forgotten about our own past, about our own DNA manipulation? Right. Yeah, that's happened a long time ago. There could be chapters of human history that we haven't discovered yet. Even, I mean, I don't know.
Or they're locked in the Vatican's vault.
Yeah, they're safe. They're put away.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Connie's seed 5 million years to Earth then.
Yeah.
That's that, but that talks about, the idea of aliens creating humans. I've always liked that movie.
Well, it's also Chariot of the Gods, and
Yeah.
There is evidence that we could all be genetically manipulated instead of going through an evolutionary process, which we kind of sort of, but to have the significant changes that we've been manipulated.
Yeah, something's going on. Well,
if that's the case, then they did a horrible job, brother. Because how do you explain this? How do you explain that?
He's good looking.
I can't pick on Bubba all the time now.
Thank you, Connie.
Right. I thought there's shit who's going for me.
I think the pink hair has really done something for his.
I do, yeah. Bubba's
it really has
popping down there.
I'm surprised it's not fading yet. I'm surprised.
I think it has a little bit, but it still looks damn good.
It does. Yeah. Do we get to pick the next color?
I swear I thought I would hate it because I knew that someone who was going to pick pink. I knew it.
Purple, though.
And I thought, sure, I was going to hate it. And
remember, no purple. No purple. Let's do green. Do green. That'd be good. That'd be cool. Yeah. Look up lime green. Okay. So, all right, next. Let's talk about something freaky. Biological computers. Okay. So for years we've been talking about artificial intelligence, obviously, the past 4 years, especially when ChatGPT came out or whatever. It's been like 2 years since that came out, but Now imagine biological intelligence. Scientists are experimenting with systems that use neural tissue alongside of computing technology. In simple terms, yes, Bubba?
You know what this automatically reminds me of? Is
Yes,
that
go ahead.
that cartoon that was the body, but it had the glass dome for a head that had just a brain in it. I can't remember what that was.
All right. We don't
But
know
don't you
what it
guys
is
remember
either.
that there was a cartoon that had a brain that was like, like inside
Yep,
of a
it's
body?
going that direction, no, for sure. In simple terms, they're combining biology and computers now, and we're approaching a future where the line between machine and tissue, living tissue, may become increasingly blurred. I mean, there it is right there. Scientists are growing mini brains in laboratories. When does a machine become alive? Could biological computers become conscious? What are the ethical questions that are coming?
You see, when I think of this whole thing going on, I'm going to share a slide. If someone wants to throw it up there, this is kind of what I think of. Can you see it in the back, Tyler? It's just a picture of. Honestly, it's a picture of a Robo Brain from Fallout.
Where is it?
It should be backstage.
I see it.
Oh,
you got it. There you go. Ah, yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's your future, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Living tissue and technology combined. Check that little
those
brain
are called
sticking
robo
out.
brains. So if robots ran by the intelligence of a person's brain and kind of leans toward the person they were when they were alive.
So there's many brains in laboratories right now. This story gets even stranger. Researchers can grow tiny brain-like organoids.
Yep.
We have a video on it if you want to watch that real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. From human cells, and they aren't full brains, but they're complex enough that some scientists have begun asking difficult questions. Could they actually become aware? Could consciousness emerge? And if it does, what responsibilities would we have towards something that we've created like this? Let's see it.
It's special, right? It really makes us who we are. So it's very difficult for people to agree on what consciousness is. People feel there's something special about brain tissue. That if you make a brain organoid, for example, from cells from men, that brain organoid will carry their thoughts and feelings, Whether or not the science supports that doesn't matter. These organoids are small tissues that mimic parts of the brain. We're not regrowing our brain all the time like we are our intestines. So for the brain, we have to actually go back to development and help them to start making the early cells of the brain and try to model the way the brain develops.
To anyone else, did this sound like
can't really capture all of the
verging on cloning?
Organoids. Nah, they're organoids, buddy. New name.
Taking cells, dissociating them.
Yeah, new name clears it.
Yeah.
A petri dish to let them grow.
Friendlier.
And what happened was some of these
friendlier
cells
than
just didn't really stick to the dish, and they sort of came off and started, attaching to each other instead. And
let's face it, they're little mini clones. They're little freaking monsters they're creating.
Of cells
yeah.
Just sort of form,
organoids
that look like the developing, at least the early stages of
and
development.
do they have souls? Are they gonna have souls? Are they gonna be conscious?
And then from
what the
there,
hell?
Jurgen and I decided that it would be worthwhile looking at whether we could do this from.
So is this responsible?
Start making the early cells of the brain, and just like those mouse embryonic cells.
This is how we make aliens. This is how we make the aliens. So it's true, they are time travelers.
Three-dimensional structures.
I'm the founder of Blue Water, and a lot of people.
That's an ad nobody cares for.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because they said something about it possibly carrying, some of the information from the donor of a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Like carrying their personality in these brain organoids and stuff.
So human skin cells, excuse me, are turned into stem cells. The stem cells are cultured to become clusters of neurons, eventually becoming little spheres collectively called organoids. After several months, the organoids are attached to an electrode, brother.
Wow.
So that's how they make these brain organoids.
Is charge them up. That's from the BBC.
Yep.
Shout out to the BBC for providing us with this.
See, why
amazing
not use
information.
that to heal, like, I don't know, like
Right.
Alzheimer's or
Yeah,
something like that,
that might be a step in
Or-
the direction for it.
or epilepsy, or
I guess there could be.
you know.
Hopefully they will do good with it, but they won't. They'll turn it into like a weapon or a
They
game.
always do.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Organoids are coming to get you. So now something else freaky and bizarre. They've just discovered immortal jellyfish. There's this jellyfish that's known as the Turritopsis Dorney. Yeah. I'm a terrible pronouncer at all this stuff. You guys notice. There it is. The immortal jellyfish. It has the ability, unlike almost any other animal on Earth, when stressed or injured, it can revert to an earlier stage of life and effectively restart its biological clock. Some scientists call it the immortal jellyfish. It's not truly invincible. It can still be eaten or killed, but aging alone doesn't necessarily end its life cycle.
So, as a video gamer, that's a save state. That's a quick save and a quick load.
So
I can't make that jump. Oh, I need to start back and try again.
So it's a Metroid from Metroid.
Yes.
Yep.
Super Mario with infinite lives.
So they're looking at this jellyfish to help, reverse aging. Maybe aging is just a disease that we could just cure. What if, how would society change if lifespans double? Think about that. I'm down with that. I'm ready. What about you, Connie?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for 150, 160. Yeah, for sure.
No.
I don't know that I would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
Turn back
It's like I can't speak for Bubba, but for myself, I'm disabled. I have some issues going on. I don't want to carry these issues to 150.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's like you can go back to like before all the stuff. I had my first heart attack at 35. If I could go back to 30, I'd be happy.
Well, that's where you get that organoid too, so that way you can cure those disabilities,
Yeah, see, that's what's coming. I'm old and tired, but I'll wake up old and tired every day. I'm cool. I'm fine.
I just wish I had like a save state from when I was like 19.
They're gonna get that jellyfish research going and get that bioid creature going.
100 years more.
We're gonna be around for a while. It's gonna be awesome.
100 more years of this back pain. Yeah, I don't think so.
This part should have been kind of matched up with the other thing we talked about with DNA, but did Neanderthals speak? For years, Neanderthals were portrayed as primitive cousins of modern humans, and new evidence is suggesting now that picture is just wrong. Researchers increasingly believe Neanderthals may have possessed language abilities far more sophisticated than previously thought. So, if this is true, this forces us to rethink what separates modern humans from our ancient relatives,
For some of us, not much.
That's right. What truly makes us human? They had the same, they could speak like we could do, So
they apparently recently it was found they have a U-shaped bone in the neck that anchors the tongue and is crucial for complex muscle movements needed to form distinct speech patterns.
Wow.
And sounds. So
they could have spoke a language, older than we even know about or think, maybe.
yeah.
Wow, that's why they're saying this now, because they very cool. They've discovered that.
Yeah.
All right, Adam. Huh, that's wild. So yeah, they're saying now that Neanderthals were chit-chatting with each other, and some of the stuff we're finding in the ground, digging up anyway, you can kind of look at it and go, yeah, these guys they were smarter than, just some dummies with a
There's
club.
there seems to be two different trains of thought on this.
Uh-huh.
There's a high pitch theory and a booming voice theory. Like the high pitch theory is they're all speaking very nasal voice.
Yeah.
And it, because due to like a shorter vocal tract, but with their large nasal cavity, because they have larger noses.
Right.
The booming voice theory is, because of their massive rib cages and lung capacities, it would allow them to produce very loud and forceful and resonant consonants like the B or G or K or P.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it'd be kind of funny if they were doing both, like really high pitched but really booming.
Yeah, like
booga, just on those consonants. But
booga booga booga.
Just a large Neanderthal, like huge, and also it's got a nasally, squeaky voice.
Yeah, that's funny.
But see, that'd be funny to us, but to them, I don't know. The guy could have been like very intimidating with his super high pitched voice.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, big monster.
And he's like the badass of the tribe.
And he sounds like Michael Jackson.
Well, that's neat. We've got languages now that we don't know really how they were spoken. They're they're not sure about Egypt, and I think it's Hebrew that doesn't have any vowels, and
sounds like Power Ranger villain.
They're not even really sure of Latin if they're saying it right.
Right. Okay. So the final thing that we talked about a lot is lately, though, is the mystery of the fast radio bursts that are still coming at us. So we have no freaking idea what they are. Right. One of the strangest mysteries in astronomy right now is fast radio bursts. They're tiny flashes of radio energy arriving from deep space. They last milliseconds, yet they can release enormous amounts of energy. Scientists have traced some to magnetars. Others remain unexplained. Every year we detect more. They're helping astronomers map the universe, but they still raise one unsettling question: what exactly is producing them? Is it a natural phenomenon? Is it exotic physics? Or is it something we've just never encountered before?
What's a magnetar?
What is a magnetar? They're tracing them to magnetars, whatever the hell that is.
Magnetic tar?
But they're called FRBs, super intense millisecond long radio bursts, and they're just coming,
A magnetar is a rare type of neutron star characterized by an extraordinarily powerful magnetic field.
Okay.
Just like a superstar, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Superstar!
Think a supermassive star packed in about a sphere about 12 miles, 20 kilometers across.
Uh-huh.
So not that big, but I'm imagining excessively dense, and very powerful.
Very powerful.
So,
wow. So, well, before we end tonight, just notice something. I always have like a theme going on, but every story that we've discussed involved missing information. That's the thing. Hidden oceans, hidden planets, hidden history, hidden forms of intelligence, hidden aspects of the universe itself. And the deeper we look, the more mysteries we find. And that's the lesson. Not that we know everything, but that reality is full of surprises. And that's why we keep searching. And, that's why we keep asking questions.
Yeah, I
That's
think
why
I
the
think
show
that
exists.
is what we learn. Is we learn that we don't know everything, and that some
Exactly.
Yeah.
things we thought we knew, we were wrong.
Right.
Yep. We and we have to be ready to adapt, like, you know, to
Change.
changing history almost. You know, some people, older people, don't like adapting to no kind of change, you know, let alone stuff like this. Like, wow, all of a sudden UFOs are real, and
Yeah.
there might be aliens. That's hard for, well, you know, older people to take. They still go, nah, no, they're not. Whatever. When you talk to them about it, and I mean, there's an older guy at work, and that I work with, and you know, I've talked to him about it, showed him links, and here's the videos. You know, you can look at them. They're put out by the government, but nah, it's all fake.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't even bother really trying to talk to him about it, because it's just how he's built. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
but
his
the more
opinion.
and more we're hearing every week, I mean, it's becoming pretty hard to, you know, ignore it all. Yeah, that's for sure. So next week, one thing I'm gonna do is a segment, and I think it's gonna be called the 5 big questions, right? And the things we're gonna talk about. So, but you know, do some research and come back next week if you're watching this, and you know, get ready, because we're gonna talk about. I mean, these are the biggest questions I think that are being asked by humanity right now that we just don't really have the answers to. So we're just going to throw it out there and talk about it. Number 1 is, are we alone? Right. Number 2, that's important. We don't know if we're alone or not, man. You know,
Mhm.
We're not.
number
Yeah.
2 is, what is dark matter? That's the thing we're just going to dive into a little bit, but it's important, and we don't really know what the hell it is, and what does it do, and why is it there, and you know, that's and you know, what's it doing to our universe? How's it shaping things? How's it, you know, affecting things or not? Is it affecting anything? So another thing is, what are UAPs? You know, that goes with, are we not alone? But that's the third important question. What are UAPs? You know, whether or not we're alone or not, you know, that's a big question. Like, are there aliens? Are there, you know, other universes? Are there some other, you know, future humans out there or whatever? But also, what are UAPs? You know, they're in the air, you know, that we're seeing them. There's proof. We're going to talk about them.
Is it aliens, or is it just some other thing that's causing it?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a debate with about these 5 questions, and then number 4 is, you know, what's the true story of ancient civilizations? The old, you know, ancient aliens thing. I think those are just big questions that we just need to talk about, and I'm gonna do some deep dives on each one of these questions. And number 5 is just, what causes consciousness? We don't know. We don't know what it, you know. This is, you know, these questions are and you know, instead of covering news and headlines, we're going to make the entire show about the 5 greatest mysteries facing humanity right now, and that's them.
Now, if there's some major news stories, we might throw those in. But
Yeah, of course, yeah, and of course, if there's a release of files, we'll talk about that too. But you know, we're going to just tell stories, and we're going to argue theories, and we're going to take listener calls and questions, and go down rabbit holes next week. Basically, we're just going to have a nice debate about these 5, you know, subjects, and that's going to be next week's show. And you know, what's humanity, you know, is asking right now. You know, those are ancient, you know, questions that need to be asked, like especially what causes consciousness. You know, before we go, let's do this real quick. Okay, everybody.
Okay.
All right. Whenever and everybody in chat do this too. Skeletor, you do it too. And be serious about this. All right, be serious. Ready? Come on now.
Oh, come on. He can be
All
serious.
right, everybody be serious. Okay. Now do this. And whenever I count to 3, in your head, in your mind, just say, yeah, Skeletor, you too. Whenever I count to 3, in your mind, just say the word rock star, right? Just say rock star in your mind when I count to 3, but don't say it, out loud with your mouth. Just say it in your mind. That's all. Whenever I count to 3, you're going to say rock star. Okay, ready? 1, and I'm going to do it with you. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you hear that voice in your head? Everybody, did you hear it? Right?
Well,
Did
you
hear
didn't hear it with your ears, but
Yeah. Did you
it's
hear
there.
it? Everybody shake your head if you heard it. Bubba, you heard it,
I didn't
right?
hear it.
But in your head, you heard it. Yeah. Tyler,
Yep.
Adam.
And I heard something say GTA 6.
Skeletor. Anybody in chat? Come on now. Okay. So my question for you is, who was that?
Yeah.
Wasn't you. Yeah. Who was that? It wasn't you. Right? You didn't say it. Somebody did. Who was that? Anyway, yeah. Consciousness. What causes that? We don't know. We can't figure it out. We don't know how. I don't know how the hell that works. What we just did, even. Anyway, Skeletor said, "The hell." He heard it. Skeletor did it. Just do it right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I heard it. There you go.
What the hell?
What
Damn
the
it.
hell's going on in my
Uh-huh.
head, Bobby? Bobby, are you in my head?
Damn it, Bobby. What the hell?
So
Now
yeah,
that sounded a lot like Hank Hill there.
that was
That was
good.
almost
Yeah,
perfect. That and
yeah.
what
I can do Bobby Hill. Ready? Daddy. That's it. That's all I got.
Damn it, Bobby.
That one's going to
Bobby.
be an interesting subject, though, because then you're getting into spirit or the I am or whatever's
Yeah.
trying to control
Yeah.
this avatar.
And I want to hear everybody's take on it, so that's going to be fun. So if everybody can be here, I definitely want to hear all of your comments. Looks like Nick has bailed out on us, apparently. I don't know for sure. He didn't say so, but he got married and he went off and some girl just took him away from the show, apparently.
His wife was like, "That show's too weird. If you want to
Yeah.
keep me around,
Yeah.
they got to go."
Nick got
They're the
yanked
weird
off the
ones.
show.
We'll
So,
see.
yeah,
Maybe he's being reprogrammed by aliens.
maybe she might
Maybe
be.
she is.
She might be his
Yeah.
handler, yeah. And
Right.
his handler and said, "No, you can't be on that show. I'm sorry."
No.
Yeah. You know too much, and these people aren't ready for your knowledge.
Yeah. So we're getting cut off from Nick's demon UFO knowledge. Dang it. So anyway,
Actually, there was a news story. I don't know if you covered it. I don't know if anybody's covered it, but
what's that?
I have to pull it up real quick. I saw it. It was the bishop that usually runs the Catholic Church for DC. He got removed because he claimed that the whole aliens UFOs and demons lead to priests losing position as Washington DC chief exorcist.
Uh-huh.
Which, if you look at a lot of religion, a lot of people in religion claim that the aliens aren't really aliens or demons. And that's what he did, and he lost his position, apparently.
Wow.
So no more exorcisms for him, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
I believe that.
That's
I mean,
wild.
if you look at any religious text, I always use the Bible. Were the angels of this earth? No. Were the watchers of this earth? No. Any creature that was described of this earth? No. What is the description of an alien? Something not of this earth.
Right. Well, I think we're gonna find out more and more every week. They're just like slow leaking us like some little kids.
Look at it this way. We are all aliens.
Yeah, we could be
to
all
another
aliens.
planet. To another planet, we're aliens because we're not from that planet.
Right.
You know? So
There's
If
some
we were
senators
placed
out there
here,
saying some wacky
and-
stuff right now about what they've seen and heard already. So we'll find out.
and think to aliens, we look weird.
That's
We
right.
may look
Probably.
scary.
We're
may
the bad
look,
guys
you
in
know,
Avatar. If you watch Avatar, human beings are the
Yeah.
villains. They're the villains. We were driving them big machines and burning their planet up, and
I love
Yeah.
Avatar.
yeah, but
Me
you
too.
know, it's got a really kind of woke message that humans are the bad guy. Just so you know. Anyway, we'll wrap up tonight's episode, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and
It was fun.
yeah, we'll leave you with some thoughts. Each story we discussed tonight started with a mystery, the hidden ocean beneath our feet, possible planet we never seen, ancient humans we barely understand. You know, we thought we understood. There's living computers coming with questions about consciousness. You know, we're gonna talk about that next week. But there's signals coming from deep space, and that's the point. The more we learn, the more we discover how much we just don't know. And reality is bigger, stranger, and far more, you know, fascinating than we realize. So we're going to keep asking questions, keep challenging assumptions, never lose your sense of wonder, because somewhere out there,
Yeah.
maybe beneath us, behind us, or even inside our own minds, the next great discovery is waiting, right? So thank you for joining us tonight. And Tyler, when can everybody see you next?
We'll be on. Well, hopefully, I'll be feeling better. My voice will be back. We'll be back on Best AM this Wednesday. Just another Wednesday show starting off, and got Fire
Best
Sale
Damn
coming up.
Best Damn Podcast. If you just have to see more of Tyler and Bubba, and just look up Best Damn Podcast. You know. There you go.
And Tyler getting
They're
tortured
funny.
again.
They're great shows. It's hilarious. If you wanted something a little light-hearted and you still, you know,
I gotta get
have a
more
good time, and
I gotta get more interviews.
good show.
On. Yeah.
borderline crossing the lines.
Yep. So there you go. Thanks for listening, everybody. Skeletor, thanks for watching and commenting, and
Thank you,
everybody in
Skelly.
the chat room. Thank you very much, Jennifer, and you all. See you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
You know, if Tyler makes it.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
You better be.
Okay.